Is it recording? Yes. Okay. G'day, Tragic here for another game. This time we're doing the Watcher in the Water, and we're trying out a new deck. It's a bit of a different deck. It's sort of a Denethor scrying kind of deck. So let's see how it goes. Let's shuffle, and for 1B we have to draw a card. Boom, let's draw it. And there we go. We get Grasping Tentacle, and that's enough threat to cover the when reveal effect. So we're done. So what happens is you reveal one card per player until you have double the player's amount of threat. So there's one player, so there's 2 threat we need. We reveal 2 threat, so that's all satisfied. So that's a pretty decent start. They can have really bad starts, this particular hand, counter scenario. So we're going to shuffle and draw another 6. And what have we got here? A lot of utility cards. In fact, we've got every single one of our utility cards pretty much covered here. I think we're actually going to keep this because we do have our mana accelerations. So we're going to keep that, and then we're going to draw one more card. Boom. Wow, that's pretty good. So, what are we going to do here? We are going to cast one of these and place out an extra blocker on Denethor. So Denethor is going to have a nice healthy 4 block, soon to be 5. So he's about to be a very strong blocker. And then we are going to quest for 4. We draw a card, and it is a Black Uruk, who's a 32. His when revealed effect doesn't affect anything because we've only got one questing character. Okay, so there's 4 in the staging area, requesting for 4. There's no change. So what we do is nothing happens, and this guy does attack us though. Okay, so F6, he gets a card. Now we block with Denethor. When revealed, Tentacle, but nothing. This is like only when he gets attacked is when this Grasping Tentacle does his thing. So this tentacle actually gets chucked out. But he attacks with 3, blocks with 4, no damage. And now we are not going to attack because it's just too difficult to, it's just too risky for him to attack right now. So we are going to refresh, and we're going to draw 1 card, +1. Everybody gets a resource. Okay, so this is all pretty well and good. I'm going to -2 resources and play out the mana acceleration. Nice, which comes in tapped so he doesn't lose any resources. And then I am going to also use one of those resources to play out a song. So we got to put out a song of wisdom. And then I'm going to -1, 2, and play out you. And then I'm going to -1, 2, and play out you. Okay. That's quite a lot of action for that turn. We're now going to quest for 6. And that, of course, gives him 5 defense now. And we bring out the next card. Boom. It is this location. That's a pretty benign location. There's only 3 in the staging area. We're questing for 6, so we get a whole 3. 1, 2, 3. And now we travel to this location, which allows us to put 2 more progress tokens on the main quest. Because Makeshift Passage forced. After you travel to Makeshift Passage, place 2 progress tokens on the current quest card, bypassing any active location, so it gets placed up there. Okay, so we're in a pretty good position here. We're obviously going to defend against this guy with our Denethor. He gets another shadow card. Does nothing. And now we're going to attack with the Prince and also with Glowwine at the same time. Now we do the effect here. So when Grasping Tentacle is attacked, discard the top card from the encounter deck. Let's have a look what it is. Boom. It is a location, the Perilous Swamp, and that is not a tentacle. See, you discard it, and if it's a tentacle, then you attach this card itself to the enemy and he gets whatever. And that's why you attack with like a chump blocker. Because if I attacked with him by himself and this wasn't a good card, we would have had our attack and defense set to 0 on this guy. And there's no way to get these tentacles off. You cannot remove them ever. There's nothing in the game that can do it. People claim that, see, this has a when revealed effect. Player must choose to discard an attachment from questing character if able. But no, that does not count. I don't think that counts at all. Because it clearly states in the book that you can only use your cards you control to pay costs. So there is an argument on the forums about that, but the way I play is that this card here, the Black Uruks, does not allow you to discard attachments, because that's just ridiculous that a card from the encounter deck discards its own attachments against you. It's like if I was playing, an attachment on someone and then I destroy it. Even it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Anyway, so this gets discarded, and we kill this guy, so it gets discarded as well, and nothing gets attached to anybody. So let's refresh and draw a card. +1. Everybody gets a resource except you, who gets 2. 1, 2. Okay. So what are we going to do here? I think the plan is we need 3, 4, 5 to kill this dude, and we attack for 3. Okay, so we need 4 to kill this guy in one shot, but we only attack for 3, so we can't kill him in one shot, even if we cast Durodane's Mark. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to not cast Durodane Mark, because it won't make a difference, and actually delete 4 and cast out our Resourcefulness, and stick that over here as well. Now I'll just put that like that. I'm just going to tap both those cards just so I know that they've been tapped. Yeah. Like so. Okay. Just get my organization done. Just so I know that that has its use. You don't actually tap this card to use it, but I like to tap it just so I know, so I don't forget that I've used it. Then we are going to do the same questing. This time we quest for a nice chunky 6 again. We reveal the next card. Ooh, nasty. That's putting a cramp. Okay, so we have to attach this to a hero we control. We'll stick it on Eleanor. And therefore we won't choose to engage. But we now have, because what this does is, right, it's attached to, as a tentacle attachment, so it goes on one hero at a time, and if it's on the hero at the end of the combat phase, everyone dies, but you can spend one of your combat moves to actually destroy the tentacle. So, there's not a lot we can do here, so we're just going to do that. And we quested for 6, there's 2 in the staging area, so we get 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, then I'm going to use his ability to attack and destroy this. And then I'm going to tap Denethor and scry the encounter deck. So you just click on the encounter deck and go reveal to tragic top 1. And it's important to say reveal to your name, because this is a hidden decision. And another one is going to turn up, and I'm going to leave that. We're going to go top encounter deck and don't shuffle, because there's a lot worse in this deck, trust me. And it's more important to know what's coming than to remove a threat that you can deal with. And I tap Glow Wine and draw a card. Okay. So let's refresh. Let's draw another card. +1. Everybody gets a resource, and that's probably the best card we could have possibly picked. Well, depends on what we draw. Basically, we discard the top card of our deck, and if that discarded printed cost is equal to or higher than the number of characters we control, we draw 2 cards and deal 2 damage to an enemy. Well, that's actually a lot worse than I thought. For some reason, I've always thought that said allies, but it says characters, which means that the card has to have a printed cost of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which basically makes this card completely useless. Discard the top deck, and if your discarded card's printed cost is equal to or higher than the number of characters you control, draw cards and deal 2 cards and deal 2 damage. Well, that's a dead useless card that shouldn't even be in the deck. Great. Okay, so that card needs to be taken out. So let's did I give everyone a resource? Yes. So let's tap you and tap you and give him another 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it's -1. Place out you. And let's -1. -1. And place out you. Okay, let me just do some arrangements. It's a lot harder to arrange your decks when... okay. It's a lot harder to arrange your decks when you've got hardly any space. Because, you know, usually I shrink the cards way further down so there's lots of space. But just because of the YouTube channel, I like to keep everything nice and big so it's nice and visible. Okay, so he actually is attacking now for 4, beg your pardon. And then I'm going to -2 and play out an unexpected courage. And then I'm going to... we know it's coming, so let's just quest away. Click. Okay, so we know what's coming. Let me think. We only need 4. We need 4 to beat the thing, and we need 4... we need 5 to attack this guy. Okay, so unfortunately I'm not going to get to scry this turn, but I will be able to kill this dude in one go. So, let's quest for 4. 5, 6. We draw another card, which we know is the Orc. Boom. There it goes. And we get no gain or loss. And then we're going to optionally engage one of these guys. He gets a shadow card, which we then tap. Nothing happens. Of course, he only hits for 3 and we block for 6, so it just bounces straight off him. Then I tap to untap him, and then I tap with him and him to attack for a total of 5, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that kills him. Bye-bye. Sploot. And then we tap and draw a card. Okay, so let's refresh. Draw a card. +1. Everybody gets a resource. Except you, of course, who gets 2. 3, beg your pardon. 1, 2, 3. Extra ones. Okay, so this is pretty obvious. He's got, so we go 1, 2, 3, and we place out you, because we've got the lore song on this guy, which allows us to search our card, and we're obviously searching for reveal to owner all the spirit song. There we go. Reveal to owner, none and shuffle. Okay, oh, I can't believe this card's in the deck. You suck! I'm talking about me, actually, not the card. The card does suck, but it actually works probably really well in a Ziggy deck where it's all 5 cost and 6 cost cards. But, yeah, no, you suck. That card is useless. Useless. Okay, so whatever. So let's -1, and place out the spirit song as well. So obviously you can see what's happening here. We've got our resource engines almost completely set up. It only gets more powerful, but that is plenty powerful. So is there anything we want to do here? Yes, let's -1 and 2 and play out another quester. And the question is, what do we want to do here? We can scry the encounter deck, or we can risk it and then kill that orc. And I think killing that orc might be, it's a riskier move, but I think that's what I'm going to do. So we're going to quest for 4, 5, 6. There's no real 7, 8. So we're going to quest for 8. Going to leave that guy back just in case we draw another monster. And boom, out comes another monster. Fine, that doesn't worry us at all. Okay, so there's 4 in the staging area, and we're questing for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we beat this guy. Okay, so both these guys attack us now. Shoink. And what are we going to do here? What's the plan? Well, I think the plan is that we are going to draw our cards 6 and 6. And this is a grasping tentacle, remember, so it's only when we attack back that it has any effect. So we're going to leave, defend the orc. Nothing happens, except of course this guy gets obliterated. Play a discard. And then we defend. Nothing happens. But of course, this guy can now untap. And then we attack with both the Prince and Denethor, and we put the wounds upon the Auroch, and he is destroyed because we are hitting for 4, 5. Okay. And now we tap and draw another card. Okay, so let's refresh. Draw. +1. Everybody gets a resource. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to place out another resourcefulness. These are not restricted or anything, so definitely put these on. Attached to a hero you control. Yep. What did I do here? Did I actually add the other guys? No, I didn't. So I just added to the Prince, I added to Denethor, added to Eowyn, so you can see in the log here. So I added to the Prince, added to Denethor, added to Eowyn, then I minused from all those guys. So I haven't even tapped my mana yet. So this comes in tapped, and then I tap that, and I tap that, and I get another 3. 1, 2, 3. Alright, so you can see the deck just like starting to really pump. 1, 2, move this out. I'm going to put the other scry option, like so. And now we are going to check what's happening in the encounter deck. So reveal to tragic top 1. And it is a warped. Okay, so let me think. We don't have to fool around with this, do we? I can put it on Eowyn. I can attack with Denethor, then untap to block. Okay, yep, so that's fine. So we're going to leave that there. Top of the encounter deck, don't shuffle. And then we're going to quest. What's it? We've got 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, so we're going to need to quest for 4. If I quest for... Yeah, we're only going to quest for 4. 1, 2, yeah. So we'll just quest for 1, 2, 3, 4. We're questing with her instead of just Aowen because we want to have the extra defense here. Not that it matters, but it may as well. This gets revealed, and we place it. Oh, it went into the right spot. Place it on Aowen, and we get 4, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, which is 1 under getting to the next stage. We don't want to get to the next stage without Denethor being free to block. Okay. Then this guy gets a shadow card, and we block. F6, nothing happens. Okay, then we attack with you and attack with, oh wait, it's now our attack step, isn't it? Now, oh, we actually can do it even better. This is our attack step, so let's untap. Denethor untaps, we then do Denethor attacks and destroys this, which leaves her free to tap, so now both these guys can tap. Well, we don't even need both those guys to tap, do we? Oh, wait, no. That's why I did that, yeah. So he attacks and he attacks, and that puts 3 damage on. But again, just because of his ability, right, we now have to discard the top of the encounter deck. So for the next one on the counter deck is a Warg, which is not a tentacle, so it doesn't get attached. But again, we attack with a chump guy, so this wouldn't get applied to anybody. Not that it really matters. See, this effect is actually attack and defense, so I probably could have done it the other way. It's just sort of safer this way, I suppose, because then I could have drawn another card. So that was actually a misplay, because it doesn't matter if she has no attack and defense, really. Okay, but he's discarded, and he's discarded. Okay, so let's refresh and draw a card, and +1. Everybody gets a resource, except you, who gets 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 resources. Okay, so let's pull out Hammermarth, who is my personal fave for solo. We'll tap him straight away and see what's coming next. Okay, Magnificent Passage. Perfect. We only need 1 to actually pass this. Okay? So what we're going to do here is simply quest with 1. This gets revealed. It's got 1. We get 1. We're questing for 2, so this goes up by 1. Sploot. 13, and this is automatically pass. So this goes up here, and part of 2B is the Door of Durans come down, and the Watcher in the Water comes over. So let's just read that just for you. Add the Watcher of Water to the staging area. Doors of Duran becomes the active location, and it moves any other locations in here. Then shuffle all tentacle cards in the encounter discard pile back into the encounter deck. That is the real killer. That's what we hate. Let's just reveal all. So that's a tentacle card. This is a tentacle card, even though it's a treachery. It says tentacle. That's a tentacle card. That's a tentacle card. That is a tentacle card. That is a tentacle card. And that is a tentacle card. So all those cards, out of the way, puss, you're annoying me. All those cards are shuffled back in. Back into the encounter deck you go. Okay. Now, check out the Watcher. Huge. He attacks for 5, but we're blocking for 6. So Denethor can handle the Watcher quite comfortably at the moment. But 7 attack. We just can't deal with the Watcher at the moment. But unlike some decks that are designed to, hit really hard, this is designed to defend really hard. So I don't think we're ever actually going to be able to kill this guy. I don't think we're ever going to be able to attack for 8. We might do later on if we're lucky, but I doubt it. And even if we do, we won't be able to do 9 points of damage in one turn. So we're probably never going to kill him. Our hope is to open the door in time. But the other part of this thing is it does 3 damage to any character every time the turn ends. So we are going to engage him. And that's why it was perfect timing that there's nothing in the staging area. So we draw this guy in. And then we tap Denethor. He gets a shadow card, which reveals, and it's nothing. And of course he attacks at 5, defends at 6, no damage. Then I tap and I draw a card. Damn it. And then I tap Denethor. And let's reveal from the encounter deck. Reveal to tragic top 1. Yoink. And it is a Yuki Tentacle, so let's just put that straight on the bottom. To bottom of encounter deck and don't shuffle. Done. Let's tap Denethor again. Encounter deck. Reveal to tragic top 1. And that is a D. What have we got here? Steward. I could have just completed the game then if I wasn't paying so much attention to being stupid. Let's put that into the bottom as well. Don't shuffle. Done. Okay. So refresh. Draw a card. +1. Everyone gets a resource except you, who gets 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so let's just tap you and see what's coming next. Warped. Okay, so nothing of that works. Okay, so again, well, we just need to quest for 4, so we'll just do that. There's no point in over-questing here because, I mean, well, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we can only attack for 6. There's no point in over-questing because we can't put quest gates on the door. So we can't put quest things. So we're just going to quest for 4, which is plenty to get over this little problem. This gets revealed. We attach it to Aowen. And then there's only 1. Nothing happens. No progress tokens are placed anywhere. We are now in the combat phase. F6. Defend with Denethor. Nothing. Oh, yep, that's nothing. Counter discard. No damage. And then we are going to attack. Destroy this. We then tap. And draw a card. And then I tap. We should have already finished this game, but for my screw up, reveal to tragic top 1 with doing. And we have a bitter wind is next. Okay, so Will of the West, S, S, T. So that doesn't work, but we're going to leave that at the top of the encounter deck because three resources a hero. Who cares? We're like getting 6 a turn. So just go, don't shuffle, done. And then we refresh. Refresh, draw a card, +1. Ooh, a nice D. Okay. So let's see what's next on the encounter. Oh, we know what's next. It's bitter wind. So I think. Okay, so 5, 6, 7. Okay, so there's no point in casting this. We can cast this and boost up his attack, but what's the point? Unless we can get, you know, unless we can attack at least for what, 10 a turn. If we don't attack for 10 a turn, we can't kill him because he's got regenerate 2. So there's no point in casting this. I'd rather have the D available to possibly discard to open the door. So we know that there's nothing coming in, so let's just quest for 2 again. Out comes the next card. Bonk. Let's minus 3 resources. So that's 1, 2, 3. Oh, I forgot to do this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. This gets discarded. No threat gain, no threat loss. Now we get another card. Tap Denethor. Shadow, remove 1 progress token. There are no progress tokens. And no damage. Nothing we can do. Let's tap and draw another card, which is a... what is it? F2. Bonk. Okay, so more resources, not that we need it. Let's see who's next. This guy is a E, and this guy is a R. So let's tap, and we're going to draw. Have a look at the shadow card. Field to tragic, top 1. Awesome. So it's a grasping tentacle. Damn it. Okay, if you're wondering what I'm trying to do here, is basically we're trying to break the code to the doors of Durin, trying to figure out how to get in. So, and we're stalling. We can't continue our quest until we get inside there. And each player may discard any number of cards from his hand, then discard the top card of the encounter deck. If the first letter of the encounter guard's title, which in this case is G, matches the one of the discarded player cards, the door of Durin is opened. Alright, so it's pretty simple. Oh wait, tokens that will be placed on the doors of Durin are instead placed on the current quest card. Didn't realize this. Okay, so that's actually 1, 2, 3. Forgotten how many should have been last time. It doesn't really matter. It's not going to affect the game outcome. So G. So what we can do here is let's. This is not technically cheating because if you knew the deck well enough, you could do this anyway. But let's just have a look and see what we've got here in the encounter deck. Sort of by name, we've got I's, blah blah blah. There is 2 T's. There's 2 T's. Do we have any T's? No. Oh, there's a Will of the West. Didn't we have a... Oh, I'm so bad at this game. Whatever. Anyway, let's... there's no G's, so we're going to get that. So we then tap Denethor, and we're just going to put this to the bottom of the encounter deck. And then I'm going to tap Denethor again. Reveal to tragic, top 1. And it's another one, so let's put this on the bottom of the encounter deck. Doink. Okay, so refresh, draw, +1, everybody gets a resource. Okay. Except you, who gets 4 more resources. Except I'm just going to tap those for 4 and just play out this thing. So we're now getting 5 resources a turn. Not that that's broken or anything. Okay, so let's minus 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and play out U. And let's tap U and see what is coming. It's a warped. Okay, so we discard it's action phase, so we can still do this. We discard Will of the West, which reveals warped. Will of the West and warped both have the same title, so that gets discarded. Warped gets discarded. And this gets added to our victory display. Yoink. Okay. That's a bit hard to read. Let's do this one. Oh yeah, three victory points. So we've got our 3 victory points, and now all we need to do is, quest to win. So let's just tap this guy and see what's coming next. Reveal to tragic top 1. Oh, and doesn't do anything. So top, encounter check, and don't shuffle. So basically, we're just going to quest 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's fine. We don't even need to use her ability, so we'll just quest for that. We're just going to quest for tons. This gets revealed. When revealed, all enemies in the staging area engage the player. There are no enemies. And then each player raises this threat by the total will of all cards in the staging area, which is a total of 1. Twink. And then this is discarded. And then we are questing for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 7, 8. We're questing for 8. I did tap him, but whatever. And there's 1 in the staging area, so we get 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that is it. We have run away. We didn't kill the Watcher, but we escaped quite easily. Denethor, the wall, mashed it. And that is pretty much this deck. So basically the deck is a stall tactic deck. It's designed for heavy defense. It is actually one of my multiplayer decks, but I actually have quite a lot of success with single player. It's not very good at killing things, but it is so good at just not caring about monsters at all. And you can most monsters you can kill with the Prince when he gets powered up with more of these marks. I will probably does need a little bit of a modification to put a few more attack cards. These cards need to be taken out. I don't even know what they're doing in there. So those 2 cards will be taken out. There's so much card draw that I've actually got quite a few cards, so I could just take that out of the deck without actually modifying any of the deck list, and it would be the way to go. So that would be like 3, pull out 3, where is it? Donk, donk, donk. There it is. No, what's it called again? Starts with T or something. Take, yeah. There it is. So I can just click on that and minus all. And now we've got 53 in the deck. So, but as you can see, it's probably needs a couple more cards to give some extra attack. So, yeah, I think that is going to be... I'll just save that without those other cards. Anyway, so let's see. Please let me know if I did that correctly. I'm getting a lot of flack for not learning the rules that well, but it's a complicated game, and I don't play it as much as a lot of people on the forums and that. I really love deck building though, so I make a lot of decks, but I actually don't get to play it that much. But yeah, and it's a lot harder to remember the rules for some reason when I'm doing these videos, because just doing it on the computer is just not the same as doing it in real life. But yeah, so basically this deck is all about card draw. You didn't get to see it, but once you got the resources out, you just start pumping out this guy, and you can just keep swapping cards, and you play cards from your discard pile, which is a great trick of mine. I think one of the great things about standard fight, which a lot of people don't realize, is that you can use standard fight with any color card and use spirit resources. So for example, this quest I can get away with, but there are some quests where I would need more creatures with higher attack power. So I could actually put in, because this guy gets so many resources, I could put in like, I don't know, some really high attack guy. What's his name? Bowen or something? Bjorn. So I could put in Bjorn into the set if I wanted to, right? And is it Bjorn? Yeah. So I could put Bjorn into the set if I wanted to, and you can see it downloading. And even though it's a tactics guy, it wouldn't matter. I'd still be able to cast it using using the standard fights, because you can cast it directly on the graveyard, and this card here is how that works. You use this card to put them into the graveyard, then standard fight to cast, and that means you can splash this deck for any scenario. Every time you've got a scenario that you're interested in playing, you want to tweak the deck, you can just tweak the splash cards. Simple as that. Right, so that's that. Let me know if there's any problems. I think did pretty well that time, but who knows? Who knows? Catch you next time.